Alright guys, finally got out here to just get working on this Toyota 4Runner. So, let's do a quick little overview of like what we got, what's going to go on this. You probably seen from the thumbnail, but let's go ahead and just kind of go over what we got. So, once again, this ain't mine, this is a friend's. So, we got the Nitto's 33, 305 50 R20s. So I believe that's equivalent to like a 33 12.5 roughly. We got 20 by 12s it looks like. Weld cheyennes. We're still waiting on center caps and lug nuts for those. But that should be pretty cool because you don't see them as often, especially with the new 4Runners. Because a lot of times nowadays people are running the, it's not uncommon for somebody running 20s on it. Not saying that, but, Weld wheels, a little different take on it. So, because a lot of stuff you see now is the more modern wheels, fuels or even like KG1 forged wheels or American Forces, stuff like that. So, be a little different run around town, So, and then we got the Pro Comp lift, and this is my first time, I believe. I don't recall, I don't know, I might have maybe done one other 4Runner in the past, but it's been several years. I've lifted just about every truck there is, but it's been a while since I've done a 4Runner that I can recall. And then this one here, it's so in this kit, it gives you the option, you can set it up for 5-inch or 6-inch. Only difference being, these are obviously your strut spacers go on the top. That'll give you a 5-inch lift. And then to make it the 6-inch, you have to break down the spring and the strut apart and take out the factory rubber isolator, add this plate, and then it comes with it's in one of these boxes, but it comes with a thicker rubber isolator that goes underneath the spring, so to give you that extra 1-inch of lift, so making it a 6-inch lift. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to have to break this down, but anyways, let's get to it. Start tearing it apart. It's going to be probably one video for you guys, a couple nights for me to actually do the work, so let's just get at it. Alright guys, as you've seen, we pretty much got this whole side tore down. It's not really a whole lot to it. I had a couple bolts that were a little snug, but really no issues. And really the big win was because these lower control arm bolts, especially this one here, that's the one that's on the front, are famous for, because it's a bolt inside of this sleeve right here. So this sleeve goes through and then the bolt goes through that. And this sleeve, I've had Toyotas in the past where this will get corroded inside the bushing of the control arm, and that can be a real headache to get out. Luckily we didn't have that problem on this one. Everything came out really good. So I'm happy about that. So as you can see, we got lower control arm out. We got our tie rod end off, we got our axle out, brake caliper's kind of zip tied off to the side for now, shouldn't be in our way, and our strut out. So really not a whole lot to it. So now we'll do same thing on the other side, same process. We'll tear all the same parts off. The upper control arm can stay in place because nothing with that changes. You just end up with a taller spindle or steering knuckle to compensate for your lower control arm dropping down. So we're going to do the same thing the other side, get that stuff tore off. And then from there, then the front differential has to get unbolted. That's going to get dropped down. And then we can put our new lower drop brackets on. But on the Toyotas, you do have, I'll show you, there's this cross member. Yeah. This cross member right here for the front drive shaft, you have to cut it. You don't have to cut the whole thing out. You can just cut it like in the middle and then cut it here. Because that gives room for the front drive shaft, because once you drop the front differential down with the new drop brackets that'll bolt in here, then this crossmember will be in the way. So you do have to... Alright guys, I come out here the other night and did a little more work on it. My buddy come by and give me a hand. So we didn't get a ton done, but we got the hardest part done, which at least in my opinion. So let me show you what we got done the other night. Because when we left off before, I had the front end completely tore apart, and at that point, this cross member here, because on a lot of like Chevrolets and stuff they unbolt, but on this one it's a set cross member. So in this one you have to cut it out from here across to here to make room for the differential. To make room for the differential to come down with all the new brackets. So got that cut, front diffs back in, and this is all still loose. New drop cross members. So those are in. But what I will say is I've done tons of these, and like usually even once you got the drop cross members in, you still have room to get the front differential up in there. And I don't know, somebody may be able to tweak it in and finesse it the right way. I tried for a little bit and was kind of fighting it for a minute. And what I found to be the easiest is to went ahead and took this one back off, left this front one in, and get the mounts set. Get those mounts on both sides. Get those on, and then jack it up, and then you can put the rear cross member in and get the bolts in. That was the easiest way that I have found to do it on this application. So hopefully that'll help anybody out if they run into those same issues on their Toyota 4Runner, or I would imagine it's probably the same on a Tacoma. But anyways, yeah, so at this point, pretty much just kind of bolting everything back together. Oh, another thing I forgot that I did too. So, the struts. They are, if you want to do, because with this kit you can do a 5-inch or a 6-inch. So if you want to do the 5-inch, all you got to do is bolt these on top of the struts, and that'll give you your 5-inch lift for the front. But if you want it to be a 6-inch kit, you got to compress the spring, take top off, take these are the isolators that were on, take those off. You add a thicker isolator and then this plate here, and then you'll add this on top, and that'll get you your 6 inches of lift in the front. Like I said, otherwise if you don't do that, it'll be a 5-inch kit. So that being said, if you were to do the 5, then you would end up with like somewhat of like factory stance with the rear being slightly up, or do the 6, and it should give it leveled. It should give it a leveled stance. So anyways, let's get back to bolting stuff together and try to make some more progress on this thing tonight. Alright guys, I went ahead and got the front end put back together because I was waiting for batteries to charge on the GoPro, so I didn't get any of the finishing work up there. Wasn't really nothing to it. I mean, y'all seen most of what I did. It was just a matter of like securing like brake lines and the speed sensor wire and a couple little odds like that. So I'm working on the back now. I just started tearing it apart. I'll show y'all what I've done, but as right now, I mounted the front wheels and tires and kind of got the alignment close enough so we can get it to the alignment shop. But so yeah, so all that's good. Other than once we get on the ground, just make sure we don't have to do any trimming. So this is what we got going on back here. Jacked it up. I got it sitting on jack stands on the frame, so then you can let the rear end down to get the springs out. As you see, jack's under there supporting the rear right now. I just took the sway bar end link off and the shock out, and then I took the bolt off the track bar, and that's all I've done over here so far. Easy stuff. So now we're over here. Whoa, tight. So now I already took the nut off the shock. Got to do sway bar link again on this side, and then that's it over there. And then we're gonna go ahead and let the rear end down so we can get these springs out. And then obviously, like as I let it down, we're just gonna have to watch for brake line and any wires to make sure we're not stretching or gonna break anything there. I wish I would have filmed it, but I've really just kind of been in a hurry to get this. So that's pretty much it. And then I'm gonna get the wheels.
On and then you are done. How I just Dad, this high it on I can't get.
Alright guys, got it all done. I got it outside, it's right behind me. I'm getting ready to show y'all. Thing came out clean. I'd have no problem driving this around myself, that's for sure. But